Ahoy, everybody. It's me, Dave Landau, and joining me, as always...
Quarterback Garrett. I was waiting for the camera to switch.
Oh.
I was thinking about you guys. Hey, and there's Angel over there.
What up?
Yo, you're in the corner.
How you doing, girl?
Oh, yeah, boy, doing good.
Yeah, what's up, son? You know, you heard?
Yeah, see what's up?
Yeah, what's up? Speaking of what's up, you guys up in the chat right now. I see you. I appreciate you. Two-Tone, thank you for commenting every single episode. That's you right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what we need you to do, if you're on YouTube, is go ahead and tongue punch that like button and subscribe button. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's the sound I don't get tired of.
Oh, no.
The tongue punch. All right.
Do it again. Just for the...
Oh. That one was off.
that was interesting.
Wait, try it one more time. Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Joining
us, because he never will leave, Derek Richards. Welcome back to...
You have a great way of introducing somebody.
I guess I only do it to my friends.
I appreciate it. I'm wearing Angela's grandma's couch cover, as she said earlier.
No, that's not true. She's dead.
Yes, you did.
That's true. Yeah.
She still can't have a couch cover.
Right when you walked in, she tried to put plastic on you.
It's the coffin... lining.
She goes, "Oh, is that cat poop on your shirt? Let me wipe that off."
Yeah, that is kind of a dress you bury mother in.
It is.
Yeah, and
it's
then
a great floral pattern. Don't let anybody tell you anything different.
Thank you.
He's the only person that can pull off those shirts.
Oh yeah.
Everyone else I've ever seen, it's like, do you know what you're doing? But him, for some reason, you can peacock with the best of them, son.
And routinely, every single time I wear something like this,
yeah,
it is a brand new insult coming out of you every single time, which I appreciate.
I try to.
If you ever compliment me once on something that I wear, I'm gonna know that something's
you're gonna have to change.
Wrong.
You're gonna be like, yeah, you're gonna be like, do you owe me money?
You have stage 4 cancer.
Yeah. Is the complexity of the shirt?
Are you trying to wrap up all your sins right now and go ahead and make amends with the Lord before you?
I open your mail and realize your testicular cancer's back, and I start complimenting your clothes.
Sure.
I'm like, looking good today, bro. You do you. Yeah. You feeling good? You feeling good?
That shirt makes your infected testicles look amazing.
You can see those infected testicles. August 21st and August 7th and 11th and August 14th and 18th at the Comedy Zone in Harrah's.
Or 7th through the 11th.
What? You're doing all the ones in between?
Yes.
In between, yeah.
Okay.
August 7th through 11.
You got a hole in between.
This isn't a dash?
Comedy Zone at Harrah's Casino in Cherokee, North Carolina.
Cherokee?
And then with Dave wearing another...
Complicated shirt?
Thank you. Well played. Thank you.
Wearing a 5,000-piece puzzle.
I like it.
On August 21st.
Level expert.
At the Improv in Addison with Dave.
Yes.
August 21st.
It's going to be a great show, so come out and enjoy those shows. And we're also going to be in, South Carolina?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
September
12th, 13th, 14th.
Yes. That's where they race cars.
Yes, they do.
And we should go and race some cars.
Oh, I like this idea.
Hope they let us out there. I will bring many nooses. So, nobody remembers that story?
I remember that story.
The garage pulls.
Oh, Bubba.
Yeah.
I thought you meant small nooses.
No, I remember.
I thought you were just
That's what they look
to
like.
appease the audience.
Yeah.
ESPN lost their mind. Every network just thought it was some big
it's a
racist
garage
thing.
pull.
It's like, and then FBI shows up and they go, "Yeah, it's a garage pull."
A reporter that grew up with an electric garage door decided he saw something. That's what happened.
It was Bubba. It was Bubba Wallace that said it.
Bubba Wallace.
It wasn't a reporter. It was
a reporter.
It was the racer.
That's no good.
Yeah.
Well, it was at his garage, wasn't it?
But they all have garage pull doors.
Right. But for some odd reason.
Hey man, you don't know. You don't live his life.
Who was his
You're not
sponsor?
wearing his onesie. What?
Who was his sponsor?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Nooses.com.
Well, yeah, they're
I
pretty
believe
good.
it is the FBI.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yes, it's a necktie
NSA.
company.
Yes, it's a necktie
CIA.
company. It's a very select necktie company.
Yes. Well, at that, let's bring out our next guest who's not responsible for anything we've just said. You may know him as the host of the Basquatch Hunter on the Discovery Channel, a show that he very kindly had me on. He's also a children's book author of the book The Adventures of Seth Squatch, which you can get at seth-squatch.com. If you look, this is where Seth Squatch.
That was him right there.
That was. Did you hear him out in the woods? It was in no way my Barrett's esophagus. This is Seth Squatch meeting a comedian with an Ahoy shirt.
Who's that comedian?
Oh, look at that! It might be based on me. And don't worry, it's kid friendly joke. It's not mine, but it's but it was. He's a very good dude, good friend of mine, and I was very happy he took time to come in. Please welcome Mike McKinstry.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you coming in.
Absolutely. I get to be part of the fun finally instead of just watching it at home laughing.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you came. It was good to see. I enjoyed fishing with you. And I was telling them I caught 8 fish.
Oh.
All pretty large, largemouth basses.
Yeah, you said like this.
And then we went in the woods and we went bass to bass.
Okay.
Yeah, Dave likes to exaggerate size, also in fishing. So he didn't catch 8 bass. But
I caught 1.
yes, but he got a good bass and
But
he
it was an
had
8.
a great time.
It was an 8 out of 10.
It was an 8 out of 10 bass.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you're out here fishing, how hard is it to catch the Sasquatch?
It'd be the bass squatch because it'd be the bass fish version of the Sasquatch, like the one elusive one you don't catch on camera. So it is pretty tough.
Does it have large feet?
Yes, of course. It's covered in fur and has.
Are there fish with feet?
No,
Is that what makes them like magical?
Technically, there is fish with feet. Yes, there's walking fish. They're called.
Really?
Absolutely.
Where?
Yeah, if you Google it, it's a weird.
Seriously?
Yeah, dead serious. It's a weird looking fish, but there are fish with feet.
I want one.
Yeah.
I want to keep it in
That should be a pet.
Yeah.
They're adorable.
They should put that in the tank at Red Lobster out front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
like,
one creepy ass fish walking on the bottom, and people are going to go, "What the?"
Can we show this?
Huh?
Can we see it? Can you pull it up on screen? A walking fish?
Yeah. Did you pull it up?
This sounds like an abomination against God. I don't like it.
What is adorable?
Oh, that's not adorable.
Oh my!
Love
It's a
him.
nightmare.
It looks like a Pixar character.
It does.
Fill it with fire.
Like a pufferfish kind of a thing.
He looks like he's filled with wisdom. Like he's like, you can't cross until you solve this riddle.
Oh,
And
great
he's got
little
hair.
puffer fish.
Garrett's got hair.
Yeah.
Oh, does?
Yeah, little
Closer
hair.
to
Why do I have feet?
Yeah. See.
That's
very-
disgusting.
Oh, so they
The
just
holes.
and they're bottom feeders. I would imagine, right? Because they walk on the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, I've never fished for those. I mean, I fish for bass mostly. So.
Right. Well, you should start looking for walking fish. What you do is you get a tiny club and you break their legs. Then you bring them out on the boat. You can throw them back.
Oh, okay.
But you mean you gotta
scare them.
You gotta.
Then they're humbling around like vets at Walter Reed at the bottom of the lake.
Telling the other fish,
The
hey,
ocean.
man, I heard this guy. Don't mess with him, dude.
I did love doing your show though. You taught me really how to fish properly, and I hadn't fished in forever since I did your show. Since then and before.
Yeah, can I call you out on this, by the way? Dave
Please.
showed up in brand new fishing clothes, and I was impressed. I was like, "Oh, you have fishing clothes?" I went online and Googled fishing clothes and bought them, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
I tore the tags off in the car.
But he did great. He caught
He
his
showed
first
up in
fish.
fishing clothes. That's nice.
Yeah, he caught his first fish, and that's what my show is all about: is people doing what I love for a living, and me learning what they do for a living. So I got to learn a lot about comedy and a lot about Dave's story too, and it was pretty cool. And we highlighted it all in this book right here. All about
Funniest thing was you talking about him on the show, and you said how much editing you needed to do.
Right.
Yeah. Well, so we have a family friendly show, and that's very tough for our editors with Dave.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
What did he say? You can say it on
There was like 30% of what he said we used in the episode, and we were gonna make blooper reels, but our editors decided it wasn't appropriate to post the blooper reels. Between the Native American jokes and the sexual fish jokes and
Tracks. This makes sense.
the judging the locals, there was a lot of jokes that we couldn't use in there.
Yeah.
They're funny.
Well, the Native American jokes is more. I felt native because I was in a canoe.
You're in a kayak.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
This is different.
I felt canoey. I was
You was
wearing-
solo in a kayak?
Yeah.
Dude, hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I highly suggest watching the episode. It's actually really cool to see Dave outside of his element, and he did pretty good.
I
Proud of you.
was shocked I did good. Honestly, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to catch anything.
I've never caught a fish. Ever.
Then almost immediately I caught a fish, and I was like, I'm not getting another fish, and I didn't. I got some on a line though. What's the biggest caught one you ever got? Because you're looking for the bass squatch, the biggest of all time.
Yeah.
What's the largest one you've ever caught?
So my largest bass, at least, is 23 inches and 7 pounds.
Hard?
Big bass.
And that's in Michigan. Yeah, it was cold that day. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So 23 inches?
Yeah.
What does that weigh?
It was 7 pounds.
Holy crap.
It's mounted on. I have a replica mounted on my wall.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was the biggest fish I've caught out of every state I've been to, and it was in Michigan, out of all places. Like, there's bigger fish in Texas. Like, you can get double-digit fish here, like, 12-pounders. But
Oh, for sure.
yeah, I've never caught them though.
What is the largest chick you picked up at a bar after you went fishing?
Same size, 23. I'm joking.
7 pounds.
Yeah, 7 pounds.
It's the reverse. 7 years old and 23 pounds.
Yeah.
And this is why they had to edit.
He's fishing on Epstein's Island.
Speaking of which, he has a children's book out.
You can buy it.
Good timing. Good timing for the plug.
I have to mess with him because of his show. But I really do love his show. It meant the world to me when you called me and wanted me to be the muse, I guess. For
It's so cool.
really
That's
is
cool.
awesome. I
mean,
never-
the animation there is brilliant.
Dude, it looks just like me. Like I kind of look like a hobo. And
And this is
Shaven.
this is like a larger than life version of the fish that he actually caught, just like
Yeah.
most pictures Dave takes.
Perspective.
He likes to exaggerate size, but this is, he caught a huge fish in the book and he caught a nice fish in the episode too, and definitely really cool.
Now, are you the Sasquatch?
So
It's supposed to be you.
No, in the book, I'm not the Sasquatch. So in the first, there's 3 books in the series. In the
He
first
meets you
book-
in
the first book.
yeah.
Yeah, in the first book, he meets a kayak fisherman, realizes that people that are different than him are pretty cool, and he's not scared of humans anymore. So then he wants to go out of the woods every day and see what he's been missing. So he meets a race car driver in the second book. In the third book, he meets a comedian, and then in the fourth book, he meets a country singer.
Could you invite him to the show?
Seth?
Oh, you said you met him.
Oh yeah. He doesn't like to come out.
he only comes out for him.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever.
It's kind of like,
It's a children's book.
Just a big fan of it.
I'm trying to keep it children's book
I like
related.
how you literally looked. You're like, this.
Yeah.
really check it out.
Every book I read is a lie.
Like, as much as I want to reply in a funnier way, I'm like, it's
Right.
a children's book.
Oh, you mean, well, yeah, because
I just want to meet him. He sounds like a cool guy.
Basquatch doesn't have his balls tucked between his legs, and he's telling kids how to be themselves.
A little G-string.
It's not being read to you by John Candy and Drag and Armed and Dangerous. So it's
It's just different. Is
so
what he's trying to
sorry I
say.
had you on.
Reputation destroyed. So.
No, but I really am honored. There's stuff in this about me, and when we met, we had talked about stories, and you and I were going through some, you were going through some shit, and I had been through some stuff, and we kind of bonded on that, and we were, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
You're a great subject for the book, actually. It's funny because, like, it is funny saying that you're part of a children's book based on your humor.
crazy.
But at the same time, like, your story is inspiring, and I think a lot of people could look up to it as a way to overcome obstacles and still follow their dreams to do what they love for a living and, kind of be where you are today. So, on a serious note, it's pretty cool that you're part of the book.
Dude, thank you very much, and honestly, same with you.
Thank
And it
you.
was cool, and we gave out gas cards during the episode, and one guy got mad, and it was weird, but other than that, it was, you get
Mad about something for free?
a free gas
Do you think you
card.
guys were like hobos asking for money?
No, he was
I just need a couple
offended.
bucks.
He was offended that we were offering something. It was the weirdest situation. But it happens when people are kind nowadays.
It was a little promo.
It's like, I don't know how to
Hey,
react to this kindness.
Here's some free gas. I see you're filling up your car, and it's, you think I got money? No, it's just you can.
Here, you can have something for free.
And then other people were like in tears because they really needed it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I like these people. I'm glad you didn't want it. And didn't we end up giving somebody like 3? It
Yeah.
was probably me.
Yeah, it was you.
I was like, I think I wanted to go home though.
You're like, here's all I have left.
Looking at the stack, like, man, I gotta.
We had been standing out in the sun for a while, and I was like, oh, here you go. Here's 3.
Soggy and hot out. No.
Oh man, but boy, she could do things for those 3. Anyway, it was my.
And that woman left going, that guy was such a great guy. And Dave was like, I just want to get rid of these cars. I don't want them anymore.
Want to go home?
There's no altruism with this at all. I am just really tired.
But
I
yeah,
gotta get out of these brand new fishing clothes that don't fit me properly.
yes. Actually, I did all right with them.
That's great.
Did you ever wear those clothes ever again?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Where?
I fished once since then in Michigan. Yeah, I'd like to fish more. Actually, it really is one of the more relaxing.
I need to do
Nice
it now that I'm
things.
adult. Like I did it when I was a kid and I hated it because as your kid, it's boring and just like I'm not catching anything. But it does sound nice to just sit drink a beer.
Just chill and relax. And you're actually outdoorsy.
I am.
People don't, I mean, you go out camping with your son.
Of course.
Absolutely.
And then,
Family.
and I grew up with sports and stuff. I know I don't look like it, but I did. And but even my dad, if he took us fishing, we said I'd never really done it much before, but it would be like he'd throw a lure or, and then just leave the line out. And it was like, yeah, just hang out there. And then I just hear him listening to the Tigers game on a small radio.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just a way to trick us.
Just a little TV.
Yeah, let me know if you get a pull on that.
Shut up.
Don't talk. That was the best. I knew that was a complete
Oh, yeah.
rig job from my grandpa and my dad. It's like, hey, you kids can't talk, otherwise you scare the fish.
Oh yeah, that's not true. That's like such a big misconception. My dad said that when I was a kid too, and I was like, oh, I talk too much.
My dad just rolled over in his grave going, why did he blow my secret? I got you little bastards to shut up for a while.
It's hilarious. You're scaring the fish, and it's your son trying to bond.
Yeah. Hey, shh.
Quit talking.
It really speaks a lot to our generation, doesn't it?
I know, right?
Dad, I love hey, fish.
Yeah. Shh.
Ah, did you hear that? They're biting.
Yeah.
Son, we're not going to say those words. We're men. Let's just stay in this ice shanty.
With your
I should take you ice fishing. I feel like that'd be a funnier episode.
Oh my God,
I do.
yeah.
Oh my
You'd
God.
be enclosed in a little cubicle with Dave all night.
Cut the ice.
Oh God. That's with his IBS, you want to do that?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Well, there's a hole.
It'd be like delivery.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah.
just seasoning.
We got a bathroom with the fishing hole. We're fishing right out of the toilet.
Done.
Let's do it.
Sounds like a great time.
IBS ice fishing with Dave.
It's like fishing in Toledo in the Maumee River.
Oh, God. I'd way rather fish. I'd just rather fish in a New York sewer.
Which they got trash cans. You hear about that?
What?
New York, they got trash cans finally.
When?
Yeah,
I
they rolled
saw
them
that.
out. The mayor was like, yo, look at this invention I just found out. It's a trash can. Stop putting it on the street.
So they waited until the rats were 6'10"?
Yeah.
To finally be like, oh, look what we have.
Yeah, next they're going to get toilets.
I thought they were shelters. I thought that's what they put them out for.
They've actually used garbage cans to stuff the garbage people that live there.
You know they're
They just leave those
immediate-
out for
Yeah.
display.
Those are fresh condos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, speaking of fresh condos and fresh, but Mike, thank you for coming. We're glad to have you, man.
Absolutely, man.
Again, check out Basquatch Hunter. All right. Now, let's talk about the news today. Alec Baldwin. I don't know if you've heard, he's been in a bit of hot water. Mm-hmm. Not ice fishing water.
No.
His trial star, who is that? Dave Foley now? What is this?
That is Alec Baldwin. Is this a Baldwin?
It's an artist's interpretation of Henry Ford.
Yes. Late life.
This is what we believed him to look like.
Were you looking at Alec Baldwin? He showed up. Look how disheveled he looks.
He's serious. He's got the suit on, the glasses.
Not
he's
even
serious.
dyeing his hair. He's like, this is how much
I've given up.
a toll it's taken on me. I didn't even call my daughter a pig today.
I didn't do it.
She did very piggish things, and I held it in. Pig. Almost 3 years after the shooting death of,
Wow, 3 years.
yeah,
Damn.
of the,
Time really flies, you know.
it really does. It goes by. Probably not for her family, but for us.
As fast as a bullet.
Halyna Hutchins and injury of director Joel Souza. Is that
Souza.
The opening statements in Alec Baldwin's involuntary manslaughter trial began yesterday in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Alec Baldwin has insisted that he didn't pull the trigger on the firearm and didn't know it contained a live round. He claimed it was fired accidentally. He's charged with a single felony count of involuntary manslaughter and faces up to 18 months in prison, which is pretty good for killing a lady.
Oh, 18, that's it?
Yeah, months.
That's what the armorer got too. That was the maximum sentence.
Yeah, months.
Santa Fe, what's going on?
I think that's why they moved it to New Mexico. They're like, down there it's practically legal.
That's where he did the deed.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it's right.
Old West style.
Yeah. The prosecution began by telling jurors Baldwin ignored gun safety before the fatal shooting on the set of the Rust movie. Well, I don't see any evidence of that. When someone plays make-believe with real guns, the person disregards the cardinal rule of gun safety. People die. Again, I don't see the evidence.
Yeah.
Special prosecutor Erlinda Johnson said that to the courtroom.
This sounds accurate.
It could be. Baldwin's defense attorney told jurors that the shooting death of Halyna Hutchinson was an unspeakable tragedy, but that Alec Baldwin committed no crime. He was an actor acting. Well, he really wasn't acting. There's no word or whether fine acting. There is no word
Method acting.
no word or whether Baldwin will take the stand and testify. Here's some video footage of him rehearsing the scene just before the tragedy. This was presented in court in Alec's defense.
You're also going to hear the voice of the lawyer underlining that there was no danger. Let's take a look.
One more just like that. You got one more? Yeah. They want him to do it again. There's no danger. They want him to do it again. And set. Ready. And action. Arlen Rust.
Oh, I jumped a little bit.
The name of the movie's Rust because his name's Harlan Rust.
It's like a mud
shitty movie.
situation.
This is going to be
Like a really bad movie.
yeah.
Those things.
Didn't he claim at one point the gun went off without him pulling the trigger? Wasn't that
That's
one?
what his claim
I can
is.
hear it
Yeah.
clicking in the video, though.
In that, yeah.
Right.
Which is, okay, so
It's a very good point by both of you.
I've heard both that gun cannot fire without pulling the trigger, but then I've also heard from armorers that, know this thing. Like, these guns are used a whole lot and they get worn down and they sometimes do go off because of, parts or whatever. And in the trial, they were testing this gun, the gun that fired, and they had him like a drop test to see if it would go off if they dropped it. When they dropped it, they broke a piece of the gun. So now you can never test it again.
Of course. Well, it's a
Well,
single
we're
action.
never gonna know.
They're called a single action cowboy gun. So you have to pull the hammer back in order for it to fire.
Cool.
So from what I heard, his claim was that the hammer released without him doing anything,
Right.
which totally is negated by that drop test.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Is that why the one that I put in my mouth didn't go off?
Yeah, you got to
can't
pull
drop
out.
it. You've
What?
got to do it yourself.
Oh, no, I did. It just,
That's how it works.
My hammer pre-releases a lot.
So they dropped the gun and still
Yeah.
filmed the movie?
No. They drop
In
tested
trial.
this in the trial.
Oh, in the court. Okay, got
piece
it.
of evidence.
Right.
The
so
piece
they
of
have
evidence.
no way-
They have no way to test it against because they dropped it in I don't know if it was a firing pin or something, and it broke. So then they got somebody to come and fix it. Now the gun is not the way it was when it was fired.
What if it went off in the
originally.
courtroom?
Yeah.
See, I told you. I didn't do it.
Prosecutor dropped it or the defense dropped it? The
I can't
prosecutor?
quite remember.
If the defense dropped it, that's a great lawyer who
That is a
Alec
good
gave
lawyer.
some, like method acting to. He's like, here's how you butterfinger drop a gun.
If it's the prosecution, obviously Marsha Clark and Chris Darden got a new gig after the OJ trial.
I was about to say they took notes from OJ.
I know, right?
If it doesn't work,
If it doesn't click,
Yeah.
that's to quit.
there you go.
Can you but now
With the piece of evidence.
you can't convict him now.
Yeah.
It's destroyed evidence where they're like, well, we would, but remember when asshole dropped it?
Old Butterfingers over here.
That's beautiful.
Like,
That is absolutely priceless.
it'd be funny if the guy who dropped it was also the guy who set up the gun for the shoot.
Well, no, that lady
know,
is
right?
now
She's in
16.
jail, I know,
She's,
but it'd be
18.
funny if wow, that's crazy. I did not know that
Yeah.
happened
So
in
this is
court.
like day one. This is
Yeah.
gonna be a shit show.
It's gonna be
hilarious.
terrible. You think he's gonna be guilty?
I think maybe is a slap in the hand because he's not going to be in very long. I don't know how much time he's already served. It's going to apply to the sentence. I don't think.
I don't think he served any time, did he?
You don't think he was in jail at any point?
I'm not sure.
No,
wasn't
I thought,
like just
no,
like
I thought you
a little
said
bit.
time served. I
That's what I
didn't.
meant. Like he hasn't been served.
He hasn't been
one day?
incarcerated at all during this whole thing.
I don't think so.
Not to my
I
knowledge.
mean, briefly but he was out on bail.
Right.
My thing is not that he was the one that pulled the trigger or whatever, or didn't pull the trigger or whatever it was. He's the executive producer on the project. So doesn't it ultimately fall back onto him for hiring an inexperienced person and
There's
executive
lots
producers
of
and producers
and things like that. I mean, he wouldn't. They would have to try them all, right?
Oh yeah.
And they're not.
No, and if there is truth, because there's so many rumors that go around to the fact that he was being, neglectful on the
Right.
set,
That's what I was. That.
being pompous and there is proof of that, then yeah, I think he should be found guilty. Now, let's say it was just an accident and he had nothing to do with loading it.
Right.
Then I don't think he should be found guilty.
No, I agree with you. I think it's even though he's an executive producer on this thing, he's not the one loading the guns and you're trusting the armorer to do that. I mean, he's not going to sit there and go through and check every single round to see if it's live. You're going to be under the assumption that somebody's doing their job.
Yeah, what
happened to the John Landis trial?
I was just going to say the same thing. Yeah, the Vic Morrow trial. Yeah.
For Twilight Zone.
Yep.
What happened? He got acquitted on that, right?
Because, he was the producer, and that came down to the effects team.
Okay, so then that's a precedent?
Yeah.
You would think. Yeah.
It's her fault. She was supposed to be the one that had the due diligence to make sure that there are no live rounds on the set or in guns that were going to be in your hand and check all that stuff. Regardless of if there's producers pushing you to quickly go through the safety stuff or whatever it is, it's her responsibility.
Well, say somebody had to climb a ladder inside that church that he's standing in right there, and the ladder breaks. One of the rungs, falls out. Somebody falls and they kill themselves. They break their back. I mean, now, you know what I'm saying? It just
is that Alec's fault because he's the executive producer, or is that the set designer or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah. Even if Alec moved that ladder and propped it up against the wall, and then somebody fell. I mean,
it's an interesting trial just to see how the outcome. Like what happens, because
you're right. I mean,
did he do it? Did he not do it? I don't think it was an intentional. There's like people talking about that.
No, and I'm no fan of Alec Baldwin. I think he's a douche. But
Dude's
I mean,
a dick. But
in this case,
is he?
The law is the law. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think the armorer has to check I think in every set, the armorer has to check the weapons before the scene, like every scene.
Yeah, every time.
So that does kind of negate, anybody else as well.
Yeah.
Because if they were checked, then she's at fault. If they weren't checked, she's at fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie? I think it's called The Juror, where he's a criminal. He's like a gangster on trial, I think. And then he Demi Moore's a juror.
I did not see this.
Starts
The
threatening.
Rurger?
What is it?
The Rurger?
I don't know. Could be.
The rural.
No, like,
The
what are you
rural
saying?
juror.
Is that his movie?
No, it's a 30 Rock thing.
Easy there, Angela
The
Biden.
rural juror.
Sorry.
That's right.
Sure.
Forgot about that.
That's too close.
He was in something like that. So
Yeah, it's called The Juror.
Yeah, so
The
we have to
Juror.
make sure.
Wait, Alec is in that movie?
Yeah, he plays a gangster. So you got to make sure he's not out there roughing up jurors.
Maybe a little bit of that acting rubbed off on his personality.
Yeah, well, he's a real dick. And I like some of his work, and he's one of the
He's a
best
great
SNL hosts ever until about a couple years ago. But for a long time, he was great.
Yeah, until he got the TDS.
Yeah.
It gets a lot of people.
Yep.
Sad.
It's going around.
Well, I will say if his last name is Rust in the film and the movie's called Rust, it's going to be awful and people died for nothing.
Yeah, still coming out.
That for sure.
Still watch that movie.
Do you think they're going to release it?
Oh yeah, it's
I think
released.
so.
Absolutely.
Do you think?
Looking up right now, I'm pretty sure they are releasing it.
They want to make money.
Why would you not?
Yeah, what says they
To
still
release The Crow?
Yeah, I was going to say they released The Crow. Same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Not for nothing. They've got some debts to pay.
They also released The Twilight Zone.
In memoriam.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
The
it says
entire
it's supposed
movie.
to come out later this year.
See?
Yeah, they released The Twilight Zone and Vic Morrow's head from his body with a helicopter blade.
You know what I don't get by now, though, with all the technology? Why don't we have dummy guns that don't need to fire? Like, why do they have to be real guns?
I think that's where most of Hollywood's going now, especially after this, is like airsoft blowback guns that have all the action but none of the actual firing. Though you do get that sensation and the set feels different when there's guns on, but there's the danger. So
yeah,
I think they're going towards that kind of safety.
We did it in 2013
John Wick's that way.
on a movie that we had a $7,000 budget, and I bought a car. Like, there's got to be a way for Alec Baldwin to do this, and anybody in Hollywood, right?
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah, I just would assume. But anyway, you guys, you can go ahead. If you think he's guilty, put it in the comments. If you think he's innocent, put it in the comments. If you don't care, put it in the comments. All right. Let's talk about this, though. This is going to be good. Ammo vending machines, folks.
I just love the headline.
This will end amazing.
Yeah.
I am for this. This is great.
Yeah, they took away cigarette vending machines and replaced it with something healthy.
It's fantastic.
Sweet.
Shoppers at select grocery stores around can pick up something new ammunition dispense from a high-tech vending machine that contains an assortment of 12-gauge shotgun shells and 9mm rounds. They're located mostly near high schools. American Rounds, the company behind the machines, has installed the dispensaries in 10 grocery stores in Alabama, Oklahoma, and Texas.
Of course.
Texas.
I'm not even sure why I bothered reading that. And are planning to expand to Colorado. Well, that's good.
Well, Colorado.
Depends what
That's their
part.
demo.
Yeah.
A lot of shootings.
True. Yeah,
They're
there are.
close to the movie theaters.
Yeah.
Just put them in the movie
That's a
theaters.
good point. You can go see. Yeah, I'll take some popcorn and ruin Batman.
What are the odds?
That was a bad
What
one.
are the odds they put it by a grocery store near Columbine?
Just have commercials for it. Hey, the quarter century centennial is coming up. And I'm sorry, buyers have to be at least 21, of course. And the machine will verify it by reading your IDs. So make sure you have a good fake one. And
How
then
do they know that you're using not a fake ID?
They wouldn't.
They got facial
Great.
recognition.
They got the little on your ID. It has a little like shimmery, metally thing that does
Don't
something.
they have
I know,
facial
but-
recognition on this thing now? On these vending machines, apparently.
do.
Yeah.
Like retinal scan you.
So it's
Well-
actually proving that it's you. But
There's not a lot of homeless people out there that you could just pay to go in for you these days. I'm not sure if they'd have up-to-date identification, but one or two might.
I mean, if ATMs have cameras, I'm pretty sure those would too, though.
Yeah.
They probably record every purchase.
Yeah, but I don't think a guy would care if he's like, yeah, I'm strung out on drugs and I've been living on the street for a year. What do you want me to buy?
I hate my boss.
We all bought beer that way.
I mean, have you ever used
get
a
their
vending
dollar.
machine in a hurry? I'm pretty sure this will stop impulse shootings, though. Like vending machines in a hurry never work.
Yeah, by the
So if you have a
time...
crumpled up like one or something.
and
like-
just never mind. I won't do it today.
Trying to get
how great is it
nine.
going to be when you go to buy your box of 9mm shells and it gets caught in the machine like they always do?
Just banging on it.
behind a Cheez-It and a Pop-Tart, so you're buying a Snickers bar on top of it because you don't want to buy another pack of 9mm shells.
Just shake it
You're
so
trying,
hard.
yes, you're
on the edge.
shaking the vending machine, hoping
9 people die because you set off the bullets.
Falls over.
Kicking it.
I am all for this idea. I like it.
Yeah, but some of them are so slow, it's like the Pepsi machines or whatever, where it like grabs it and slowly like brings it over
Yes.
to the side. It does give you thinking time. So if you're aggravated, you're probably just going to shoot the machine at that point and go about your day. I like it.
I've cooled down since I got the box too.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like, all right, I'm not that mad anymore.
my ex-wife can live.
For now.
The machines weigh 2,000 pounds, and the ammo is kept behind layers of lock steel. Yeah, because nobody's gotten through a vending machine. Grant Maggers, the CEO of American Round, says the dispensers process of ensuring buyers are who they are, and that's what's most important with the safety of selling ammo.
Well, it's not the ammo that kills. I mean, technically it is, but it's the
people.
gun that shoots.
It's people that kill people.
No, it's the gun.
It's Alec Baldwin
It says,
that
I
kills
want to kill
people.
people.
It's also the bullet that hits you.
But how did the bullet get to you?
I mean, but if
I could throw a bullet at you right now, you'd be fine.
yeah, but if it was going at a force that penetrated me, it's still the bullet.
How's it going at that force though?
Like now, if you're hitting somebody with a gun, like Ray Liotta in Goodfellas, I say you blame the gun
Yeah.
and the guy hitting you with it.
You always blame the gun.
I'll call me old fashioned.
Who's the
different
insurance
eras.
writer? Who's the insurance underwriter that approved all this?
Oh,
Bro.
God.
I mean,
The
I've
lawsuits
had to buy insurance for just comedy shows that we've put together,
They should really.
and the million questions they ask me
Yeah.
for a stupid ass comedy show.
Oh,
Can you imagine showing up at a Progressive or Geico? Hang on, hear
I've
me
got
out.
this idea. All right, it's a business.
It
plan.
sounds a little sketch,
It's gonna be a little
but
weird.
just wait for the entire presentation.
I think they should put these in like Red Roofs and Days Inn.
They should. Every shitty motel
It's like
chain.
the most freaking post-apocalyptic. We're in the future and it's all crumbling around us.
Well, even half the time you go to a
have
gas
this in hard-
station in Texas, you're like, yeah, I'll take 20 on 5 and apparently a hunting knife that would be used to skin an elk.
Sounds like it's in the movie Taxi. Taxi driver. What the hell?
I'm down.
All right, I'm good for this though.
You're a shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
straight
I don't want.
I mean, not a. I mean, you just like made it sound like I'm like a.
Like a gunman.
But you're a gunman.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I was on your show.
Yeah.
He fires dangerously into the waters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets all the fish.
So I shoot a lot, and I think this is a cool idea. I just think that there's got to be a little bit tighter. I mean,
Checks and balances.
yeah, it sounds pretty loose.
Yeah. How do you?
Yeah, I mean,
That type.
I don't think there is a way to do it with an off-site vending machine like that.
But
Now,
it's
if
in Alabama. I feel like if it's anywhere, it should be there. If you put this in California, the wrong demographic might.
I think if you put this in like firearm stores, it'd be a different story. Or if you put it in like, a sporting goods store.
What is the location? Did they say the location?
Grocery stores.
Grocery stores.
Oh yeah, see that's ridiculous.
Well,
I can't go to an ammo
Go to
shop and buy
Walmart.
milk and ice cream.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Walmart
saying.
has
Like,
ammo.
if you put it at an outdoor shop or something, that would make sense. Like, if you go into like a Bass Pro and there's a vending machine for bullets or ammunition, so you don't have to wait in line or go through the showcase. Like, that's totally different.
It's the fall of
Sure.
America.
Yeah, it is weird just to be like, I'm going to take some SpaghettiOs and send my Uncle Jim to hell. You guys know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Are these out already, or is this like a proposed thing?
I think it's more proposed.
Okay, because I don't see it going past proposed.
No, I don't really see, honestly, going in there and being like, oh, there's the lottery. I'll get me some scratch offs, and depending on the results, I'll buy these bullets.
Well, think of the
More
vending
than
machines they
dispensers.
have at like a grocery store right now. They have like, at least in Michigan, we have like the Secretary of State vending machine thing. We have like the Netflix or Redbox thing right there, and then a stuffed animal claw machine, and then an ammunition.
ammo.
Yeah,
If
it's like
you-
it just lines up.
If you see a guy go to Coinstar and then the ammo machine, just get out of there.
Sock of quarters, like
Yeah, just get out.
give me those knives.
Dumping that big pickle jar of nickels.
Yeah, that's a dangerous man.
Yeah.
I'm going hunting.
And he goes, this is actually installed. This is not proposed.
No. Oh, it is installed?
Has installed the dispensers in 10 grocery stores in Alabama, Oklahoma, and Texas.
Oh, let's see how it
They are
works.
planning to expand.
Let's see if it works.
Yeah, this would be
I'm just
interesting.
saying.
I mean, if they
I like their
really have,
enthusiasm.
Sure,
Plans
it
for
will work.
expansion.
oh, it'll work.
Works.
Yeah.
It'll work, yes.
Well, I mean,
You don't think everybody in those states don't already have as much ammo as they possibly could want?
oh, they have a
I
lot.
just prefer to get mine at the pawn shop where you used to get them.
Yeah,
know where
that's
it's
true.
tested,
Uncle Dan's.
That's right.
known to work.
I get mine off a guy named D. Ray who's in the park.
It's a different demo. If we could bring the two demos of people that like to buy ammunition together,
No, that's
I think we
true.
could solve a lot of problems in our society.
Yeah, that's true.
Or eliminate them.
Either way, I said solve.
Well, if all the people.
Solve can mean a
final
number of different
solution.
things. Yeah.
Yes. Final solution.
Solve, kill, whatever.
Work things out. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because you'd have one side with all the ammo, and then the other side that doesn't win. Just imagine just that idiot who's like putting the flour into the barrel of your gun, and you're like, I bought this out of a vending machine. Take your daisy out of my rifle.
You know, the other part too is what about the reliability of the ammunition? Like, if there's an ammunition issue, does it fall back on the vending machine company, or does it fall back on? Because that's already an issue at sporting goods stores. If you buy ammunition and it explodes in your gun and causes an injury or anything, like you can't go after the. You know what I mean? Does it fall back on the vending machine, or if it
How
got
does it work with
damaged?
Coca-Cola? If I crack that open, there's a rat inside of it. Whose fault is it? Is it the vending machine's fault? Or is it
Coca-Cola if
Coca-Cola's
it's
fault,
inside
right?
the Coke.
It's Alec Baldwin.
What if it's damaged in the vending machine?
Oh, see?
Like, what if it falls in the vending machine and it
Dents.
damages a round and then
It's all the vending machine's fault, in my opinion.
yeah,
Yeah, but
I think it's the Jews.
most likely.
always.
That's what I
They control the weather. So,
That came out of your mouth?
what?
All right.
What do you what?
Before we move on, though, I just want to tell you guys about something that you should be watching. And it's what we here at Blaze Media are very proud to announce. We have a new addition to our entire network. And that is Blaze News Tonight.
And has not been corrupted by us at all.
No.
Not yet.
It's hosted by a friend of the show, Jill Savage. And it's also got Blaze News chief editor, Matt Peterson.
Look at him right there.
Yeah.
He's on the left side.
Yep. And it's also got the senior politics editor, DC correspondent, Chris Bedford.
I don't know that guy, but I'm sure he's nice.
Yes, he's a very nice man. He gave me a HJ in the bathroom.
Oh.
And now, so make sure you subscribe to the Blaze News Tonight for your go-to source for unfiltered, hard-hitting commentary. They aren't going to hold back. These are three people that I very much enjoy listening to. They're going to bring you the news, the real deal, and it launches on July 11th, which I think is yesterday? Today! It launches today. So they're going to probably talk about however Biden stuttered his way through NATO, and we'll find out if we're in a world war when we walk off the show. So go to Blaze News Tonight's YouTube channel and check it out and hit that or tongue punch.
No,
that's just for our show.
That's our show.
So yeah, subscribe and turn on notifications, and you can receive notifications.
Yeah. And you can also do that right here. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys.
What do we got next? Where we going? Did Biden do something else?
No.
Oh, thank God.
No. Well, yeah. I mean, when
Probably. It's happening right now.
I was gonna say he's got a big speech tonight right now. Yeah.
it's going to happen. Did you watch the debate?
Try to, yeah.
Yeah, I know you're not. We probably shouldn't go into politics too much there. Well, okay, let's talk about this.
It was sad.
Longlegs.
Oh, yeah.
You like horror
I'm
movies?
so excited.
You a horror guy?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your favorite?
Either The Messenger or I liked The Messenger a lot, or the first Annabelle.
Oh my God.
Okay.
You have terrible taste in horror
Awful.
movies.
Awful.
I'm sorry.
What's your favorite?
What's your Paranormal Activity? Is that
No.
your-
Oh my God.
Come on.
Yours fall way more in that category.
What's
offense.
What's yours then? Let's hear. Let's do a judgment.
Probably The Thing with Kurt Russell.
Oh,
That's
come
such
on.
a good
That's-
choice.
that's-
That's such a
I
good
forgot
choice.
how old you
That was a
were.
layup. That was a
You're the
layup.
same age as me. Aren't you the same age as me?
I'm 40.
You don't love.
Yeah, you're the same age. You're a little younger.
I mean, The Blob was one of my favorites when I was younger, but that doesn't
Say that.
Steve McQueen.
Yeah, well, so The Blob, and then The Blob was a remake in the 80s, but also
The Thing.
also Arachnophobia was probably one of the scariest movies because it still affects me today.
Me
Hell
too.
yeah.
So you're not. That's the one you should have said.
Well, I mean, I don't call that a horror movie; it's a
it was.
scary movie. It's not like a horror movie is like more haunted, right? Or more like
you're
that's
back.
what horror
You're back
means.
paddling in your boat.
in my kayak.
You thought there were Blumhouse fans in here?
Well, like The Nun was a pretty scary movie. That's a horror movie.
No,
to
it
me.
was not.
He's getting back on the.
No.
Got to get to Angela.
I can't handle this.
Do you not like newer scary
I
movies?
haven't watched.
Is that the
I
problem?
I haven't
do, I
watched any of
just-
those.
No, like X.
Yeah, X was great. Pearl was great. Ari Aster, anything he does is really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I shouldn't gatekeep horror movies. I'm so sorry that I reacted like that. You
Yeah, how
were
dare
totally
you.
allowed to like whatever horror movie.
She's teasing.
I've never
We're not.
seen
We're
any of
not
those
insulting your terrible taste in horror films. What's your favorite movie
Of all time,
ever?
Top Gun.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay,
I don't know why, but it is fair.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that
I think one of the first movies that really scared the shit out of me in a movie theater was Psycho 2.
The second one?
Yeah.
Was it because of his AIDS?
It was, yes. It was because
You were like, he looks worse than his mother in the first one.
what happened between these two films?
Was that the one with what's his name? Vince Vaughn.
No,
That was just the remake.
The remake,
Okay, gotcha.
Gus Van Sant remade it shot for shot.
Yeah.
So it is actually pretty
because Psycho
decent.
2 was shot back, and that's got to be 80-something.
Yeah.
Yes, it was shot in the 80s.
Like 85 maybe.
Yeah.
What did you think of Maverick?
It was great, actually. I liked it a lot.
I had fun with Maverick.
It was a really good like tribute to the first movie. There's a lot of good callbacks and a lot of good references.
Did you watch Beverly Hills Cop 4?
Absolutely,
What'd you think?
it was awesome.
I enjoyed it, and I know a lot of people aren't going to like it because it's just a homage to the first one.
Yeah, but I like that though.
But I got to watch it with my 9-year-old son, so it was fun.
All right.
And I mean,
It is definitely the best way to watch movies is with
Yeah.
a kid because they don't have any of the baggage. I'm like, that's bad. That's horrible. That sucks. And he's just like, this is great.
yeah, he doesn't realize, and 3 doesn't count. 1 and 2 are great movies, but yeah.
The Wally World was terrible. Yeah, 3 was.
That's why John Landis was in the court, was for 3.
4, oh yeah.
For Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Oh yeah, he deserves it.
Yeah, I like so Beverly Hills Cop was good because if you know 1 and 2, it was awesome. It was very on the cast didn't look as great, but it was good. But Maverick was the same way where I'm a very big Top Gun fan. So I watched Maverick expecting to pick apart everything, and they did a very, very good job being accurate. I actually got a bunch of Top Gun scenes tattooed on my arm after that movie came out.
I don't blame you.
Bunch of F-14 Tomcats.
You have a
Finally,
rag,
walking out of
over Val Kilmer's throat.
Hey, Don't you talk trash about Val Kilmer.
I love Val Kilmer.
I
You know
love
we
Val
make
Kilmer.
the joke. He's still one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
leave Iceman
It's
alone.
tragic.
Right? Leave
All
Iceman
right,
alone.
I'm sorry. Iceman is.
I got to see him live. He did a one-man show.
It turned out he was really more of Goose.
Good.
It's like there's two Gooses, really.
Can't even,
Geese.
I can't even joke about it.
Geese.
There were geese.
I love Val too much.
Two gooses.
Yes, there were. I shouldn't say gooses. That sounds stupid.
This new Nicolas Cage movie looks pretty good.
You gonna get off the topic?
Yeah.
When we were
What are you
talking
trying
about
to do here?
Beverly Hills Cop 4.
What are you trying to do?
You're trying to have a bonding moment.
What is this?
Keep bonding.
Whose show do you think this is?
Oh, it's fine. Tell us more about your shirt.
That's my favorite
we're going
scary
back-
movie.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to jump on that. You are such a piece
I'm
of
so
shit.
glad.
Anyways, this new Nicolas Cage movie. Very silly. And
Are you a Nicolas Cage fan?
Yeah, actually, I'd say
Me
I am.
too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what anybody says. I have loved so much of his recent work, and Joe
His
and
stuff's
Pig,
awesome.
and I
What's your favorite Nicolas Cage movie, though?
ever
Yeah.
Pig.
Really?
I really loved it. I don't care what anybody says.
I thought Face Off was his best one.
I love Face Off for all the right reasons too,
Yeah.
and also Raising Arizona.
Raising
And
Arizona,
Con
I
Air.
was
I think Con Air.
Air's fantastic.
Yeah, Con Air and Face Off, I think, were his best too. Just the whole like
even
face
think of a better
off, like the whole like scene he did was amazing.
And they were facing
even when
off.
he's bad, he's good. Like Ghost Rider, horrible movie.
Terrible.
He's great.
Yeah.
Although Bad Lieutenant Portugal, New Orleans is horrific.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It sucks.
If you want to see him drift in and out of a Cajun accent,
It is the worst.
still seem like he's on coke, which he's supposed to be.
Right.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
What I like about Face Off is it's like it's written by a child of what a bad guy should be.
I love that.
Yeah, it's like he's got two golden guns with dragons on them.
But they're sweet though.
There's like gloves and stuff.
Yeah.
Indoors. It doesn't matter. Who cares? It looks cool.
Then they drive a super cool Cadillac up to the private plane. Yeah. And he gets off the private plane. It's like, how would he fly private? This man's just escaped prison.
It doesn't matter.
Shh, it's Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. There's also the movie No Holds Barred with Hulk Hogan. And it's one of my favorite movies because it is seriously like a 6-year-old wrote it. There's a point where a guy calls another guy a duty head.
Like two adults.
Yes, two adults. He's like, you duty head? And I'm like, this is probably the best movie ever.
Oscar.
It's him and Tiny Zeus Lister.
Amazing.
If you have not seen, and also there's like just scenes where you're in Hulk Hogan's house, but he's just still dressed like how Hulk Hogan would be. So he's in like his dinner wear, which is just like a white G-string and then a jacket with tassels, just sit casually at his dinner party.
What kind of movie are you watching? Hold on.
Yes, it's one I wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you never seen No Holds Barred?
No, I haven't.
Please check out No Holds
Yeah.
Barred and thank me.
I might thank you, yeah. But you gotta remember in the 80s though, the tough talk though was like Roadhouse is like my second favorite movie.
Yes.
And see, you've won my heart back now.
Well, if you watch Roadhouse though, I always laugh about it as an adult because when I was
the original,
younger,
not the new one.
yeah, of course, the original. Like
I thought
the
he was
real
talking
Roadhouse.
about the new one. That's my favorite.
No. That shouldn't even be called Roadhouse. The original, the tough talk at the end, you know, the guy with the mullet and the super tight jeans and the dangly earring, the tough guy. At the end, he grabs Patrick Swayze by the hair and he's from behind him and he's like, I used to F guys like you in prison. And it's like, I would stop fighting. I would like,
Hold
I'd like,
up.
yeah.
I thought this was a heterosexual fight.
Yeah, like hold
What is
on.
going
like,
on in this situation?
Yeah, but then the best part is Patrick Swayze's reply. He's like, "You're such an asshole." It's like, hold on, like this isn't a fight anymore. And then he rips his throat out. It's like it just gets really weird after that point.
Oh, it's great. He's a man rapist.
Yeah.
But when you think about the whole movie too, it's so 80s that like the car dealership, it's like bring on the monster truck to drive over all the cars. It's the most obnoxious.
Great.
The one thing about 80s movies I do like a lot, I think it's funny as an adult, like the action movies, they always find ways to throw in boobs. Do you notice that? Like, there's
yeah.
always like for no
80s.
reason. Like for no reason. There's just like, oh, look, a topless girl in a bar. Like it has to be in there for the 80s.
What was that Chinatown movie with Brandon Lee and Dolph Lundgren? What was that called?
Oh, why am I blanking on it?
In that movie, they're about to
of
go shoot.
blanks.
They're about to go do like the final shootout, and Brandon Lee turns to Dolph Lundgren and says, "In case we don't come back after this, you have the largest dick I've ever seen."
Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Showdown.
They showed on Little Tokyo. Yeah.
Showdown in Big
I
Tokyo.
was like,
Yeah.
why would you? And he was like, "Thanks." It's in your
Appropriate
contract, Dolph.
response. Yeah.
It's also a guy who's Asian just told you that I wouldn't like.
Oh yeah, what
It's all about frame of
reference here?
Yeah, it's not. It's way bigger than mine. I know it is. I'm Dolph Lundgren.
3 inches.
I mean, seriously, you're like 7 feet tall. It's nuts.
God.
You're like one of the tallest guys I've ever seen.
That guy hangs dong in
Yeah.
a movie. And what's that movie where he has all the kids and it's really good? Captain Fantastic.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you were talking about somebody on the set of Little Tokyo.
No, I'm talking about Dolph Lundgren.
Oh
that man hangs dong for sure.
Yeah, he does.
Have you seen him?
no.
Dude, he killed Apollo Creed.
Oh yeah, Dolph's huge.
Yeah.
Genius, by the
Dude,
way.
it's, you know, big of a dick you gotta have to kill Apollo Creed.
He's got a big head in both places. That's what Brandon Lee said.
I think he died because of all the dancing before the fight.
Anyways, Longlegs.
So it was, sorry, it's just one of my favorite 30 for 30. Have you ever seen that? The 30 for 30 parody? I've read it 1,000 times.
Oh, wait.
They treat Rocky 4 like
Oh yes,
it
you
actually
showed me
happened.
this. Yes.
Yeah, and the guy's like, I think the reason that what's his character's name? Why am I blanking? Drago.
Drago, yeah.
One is because if you see Apollo Creed is dancing so much before the fight, he's really wearing himself out with the fireworks and the large display that by the time he gets into the ring, he's really not in best fighting form.
Well, he does do like a 5-minute choreographed dance.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, which is
He gets winded up there.
arguably the worst thing you can do before going into a boxing match.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So this new movie, I'm very excited about it. It's called Longlegs. And it's writer-director Osgood Perkins is opening up about working with Nicolas Cage on their new horror movie, in which Cage plays a satanic serial killer and undergoes a full physical transformation. Cage's look has been kept under wraps in all of the film's trailers. It's so terrifying. Let's take a look at it. This is it right here, and we have to talk through it because we don't want the video to be pulled. But if you see it, this young lady goes in. Uh-oh.
This is in the trailer.
This is the trailer how
blocked
they
his face
shot it.
almost,
They
yeah.
block out his face.
This is just like a teaser for it. They're just showing that this is the first time she's seen him in character, and her heart rate is accelerated.
This reminds
so much.
me.
Yeah,
This reminds
in
me
real
of
life.
back in the day when they had like Blair Witch, and they showed the audience's reaction to the movie instead of the actual movie itself.
Yeah,
Kind of seems like
Yeah.
that.
which was a good thing to do it because it was a piece of
It
shit.
was a really bad movie. Did you vomit?
It was so stupid.
But what do we have, Angela?
Well, we actually have the footage without the black box over it. We were able to
Whoa.
obtain.
How'd we
We
get
have a
that?
first look at the villain from the movie.
Do we really?
We do.
I hope nobody's mad, but let's do it.
Spoilers. Here we go.
Okay.
Is it going to be Derek's shirt?
It's me, heterosexual Satanist Brian Stelter, and I don't like being in boxes. Ugh, this movie's gonna be scary.
Man, that's terrifying.
That is so scary.
Wow, that is
Nicolas Cage let himself go.
right. I know, he really packed on the pounds for that
He's such a good actor.
film. Man, that's really.
Oh
That
my
was just that was jarring. I felt unease. Like that was my heart watching that.
Uncomfortable.
When I
can't wait
see
to see
Longlegs, that scene's gonna keep popping into my head now.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
I go, you think Nicolas Cage looked bad?
I think we just ruined the movie for ourselves.
You know how when you see a trailer, then you go see the movie, and what you
not
saw
gonna
in the
be able to
trailer wasn't really in the movie?
Right, exactly.
That's,
I
yeah.
hate that.
Like this is so disappointing.
We should just put that up as the trailer and see how many people
Make the thumbnail look like it's a trailer.
It's like the Red Band trailer.
I'm doing that.
do that
I'm doing
tonight.
it. I'm doing it tonight.
Tonight.
I gotta get a thumbnail made, but I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's great.
Just take a thumbnail from anybody else that has
That's
a trailer.
true.
Just
That's
do
true.
that.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Oh boy.
This will haunt your dreams.
What happened to that guy, Stelter? He just disappeared.
I think
Somebody's
he-
closet or something.
Yeah, I think he hid in a closet for a while, but then he went to
He's always
Teaching
been
in
doing that.
college.
he's like
He said.
teaching at a college. Yeah, he's a professor at a college. It's
Professor
a
of what?
baking. He's a pastry chef.
He's an expert in the field.
And cock.
Yeah.
That comes
Yeah,
from
he
Jericho.
eats ass at Harvard.
There's clean asses there at the Harvard.
Yeah, no, I mean,
High quality.
I didn't mean that as like a derogatory thing.
Oh yeah, I was just clarifying.
I mean, that whole generation is just into a lot of that ass eating, and he teaches it.
It's an actual.
about that.
It's part of the curriculum now at Harvard.
Yeah.
It's a major.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It is.
a lot of the cheats.
Yeah, actually, it's a minor.
All right, that was good.
All right.
That was good.
It's never too late to go back to college, Dave. You can get a
You
scholarship.
can still do it.
Oh, I went to college. I got a film degree, and I think we just saw how it paid off.
There you go. You too.
Yep.
You do this. You can be this successful.
Yeah, can you imagine? I learned how to slice actual film, and then 5 minutes later, it's like, here's your phone with it in it.
Yep.
And but
One of those like zebra tape with the slicer.
Yeah, we had to do all of it.
Yep.
We also
I learned how to edit on VHS tapes, and then 4 years. And then the year I graduated high school, after 4 years of video class, it went digital. And I was like, great, now I don't know what to do.
Right. It was the two ones, right?
Yeah, it was called linear editing, two
That's
wheels.
what we had to do. Yeah.
It was a great skill to learn for 4 years and then not be able to ever use it again.
Yeah, and they're like,
It was awesome.
Completely irrelevant.
well, it's like anybody who had to cut tape for radio. You did that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like, hey, can you do this? You're like, sure can. Yeah. 8 minutes later, they're like, can you leave?
You're obsolete.
Yeah, we replaced you.
Yeah, it's fine. Good luck. Well, we are coming to the end of our program. I want to thank you all for tuning in. And Mike, I do want to thank you so much for coming in. Please tell us real quick, what did kind of inspire you to put together these books? Because you are a television host. I do love your show. And what gave you the idea?
Yeah, so my show is family friendly. I'm going to start with that. Like, it is family
said
friendly.
Nothing wrong, and everything on the show today was fun.
Yes. So the show is family friendly that we have on Discovery Channel and Pursuit Channel. So I wanted to find a way to translate the episodes to more of just the kids themselves too and the families. And I work with like 3,000 kids a year, teach them how to fish. So we decided to make the character based off all the episodes of the show. So each book is based off a real episode, like I was saying earlier, including the comedian one right here. And I thought it was a lot of fun just to let kids know that you can chase your dreams too. And, you know, that's what kind of we all do. Everyone in the show, we all chase our dreams, do something we're passionate about, do something we love to do. And I wanted kids to know that they can start that at an early age, or adults can start at a late age. And, you know, like, when did you get into comedy, Dave? How old were you?
19.
19? What about you, Derek?
27.
Okay, so see, you can do it whenever you want. And I'm sure some people get into it earlier, younger. Yeah. Or older. So I started doing this for a living at 35, I think it was. So 34. So you can chase your dreams at any time. So that's what these books are all based on, is every one of these books teaches you really cool lessons, and you learn some really cool things from people different than you, and kind of get outside and try something new and have a new adventure. So it's a lot of fun.
Cool. Please pick up his book. Again, it's at Seth you can read it out.
Yeah, Seth-Squatch.com.
Yeah. So check it out and get that for your kid. I think they're going to very much enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more positive than a lot of the books that have come out.
I've seen some of those books.
Oh yeah.
You know, this is the only book series to ever have the Basquatch Seal of Approval Award, by the way.
Ooh.
That means a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
I've
the
never
only
seen that before.
Yeah. It's the only books. I don't know how it won it, but it's the only book series to ever have it.
And you get this guy. Huh?
You get the little animated Dave Landau.
You know how happy I'm about that?
That's so cool.
It's amazing.
That is really, really
So
cool.
I want to share this too. So there is a little fun factoid stuff about Dave over here in the journal entry in the book. And there's
All just
also,
redacted.
Well, if you look next to it, there's
Everything.
a map, and that's...
yeah, well, the map is
You can
also,
take a DUI crash course.
Those are all the spots where Dave's been arrested.
There's no line to get to the X.
let's take off what Dave just said, because that's also the board game that we have for kids to play.
That's cool.
To fish like Seth, not drink like Dave. And then also here's some original sketches of Dave that you get to color in and learn how to draw too. So
Oh, that's awesome.
So there's some cool stuff in there.
That's great.
Thanks for trying to ruin the kids' book.
I in no way would want to ruin that. I just was making fun of myself. But no, it's because it's a story of overcoming some stuff.
Absolutely.
I think it's important to put that in there, and that was, you know, something that I overcame. But it is for coloring. It's not really.
Yes.
It's not really a tour guide of my
Your arrest record.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that humor can heal, and that's kind of what the book's all about.
It can.
So,
It can.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're being butt fucked at a circus.
That's tough
Just
to.
time.
That's tough to make
I
fun
mean, it's funny, but it hurts.
of. I mean, to others.
Does it make a noise?
I don't know.
like a squeak, yeah, like one of the bell horns. That's what I was, yeah.
If you're getting raped in the woods and no one else is there,
Does it make a sound?
Yeah. Do you hear a scream?
That's how I got this shirt, getting butt fucked at a circus.
Really?
That's the name of the
It's actually the name of the shirt.
company that makes it.
It's the brand name.
That's the collection.
Throwing hoops.
Circus butt fucking.
Enough points.
And you get the shirt.
Circus Deo Gay.
Summer collection.
Chance, I'll get you a shirt out there.
Yeah, you sure do got a pretty shirt.
What's your name, Derek? All right.
Yeah, keep them starched because they've been jizzed on so many times. It's
You guys
always
need
hard.
bullets?
No need to starch.
Anyway, you don't have to starch them?
No.
You don't starch your shirts like a cowboy?
You just use the jizz.
They're stiff
and
enough.
iron it
Yeah.
in.
Can't you tell they stay stiff?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Hello.
They're impossible to fold if you take them traveling.
Crunch.
They shatter like a vase.
It's like the tube sock, you know?
It's like folding a Chihuly exhibit.
Oh, man. And Derek, where can we see you?
Cherokee, North Carolina, at the Comedy Zone at Harrah's Casino, August 7th through 11, and then August 14th through 18. It's gonna
And
be
then
fun.
right
see
here.
'em.
And then with back here in Addison, Texas, on the 21st of August with Dave at the Improv.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, without further ado, the end of the world. An initiative from Copenhagen's,
That's in Sweden.
that's in Sweden, tourism office.
Denmark.
Or Denmark.
Or
Now-
Sweden.
I think it's Denmark.
Are you sure?
It's Denmark.
They all look the same to me.
Yeah. They're all very white and pasty.
Yeah, they're like see-through.
It's true. So an initiative from Copenhagen's tourism office now gives rewards to people for picking up trash and making the city cleaner. What do you think would be the most effective rewards for these people?
A Danish pastry. It's kind of like a Cleveland steamer.
Nice.
Like a service.
I'm going to say a Cleveland steamer, which is kind of like a reverse Danish pastry.
Oh, well played.
I see what you did.
Well played.
She's good.
Mike?
I'm going to say a Copenhagen soggy taco.
Yes.
Similar to an Estonian knuckler.
Sure.
Not to be confused with the reverse Estonian knuckler.
Okay.
That's true. There's a
lot of
switcheroo.
Yeah, you don't want to mix those two up.
No, this is a reward, for heaven's sakes. All right.
I'm going to go with a Denmarkian Hot Pocket.
Sure.
Yes, not to be confused with the Dutch Puddle.
No. I'm going to go with the reverse cow yodeler.
It's an interesting choice, yeah.
Yes, not to be confused with the front face deep dive Ricola.
You know, I fell asleep at a party one time, and
I'll tell you.
Oh, no. Ricola!
Yeah. There's nothing worse than waking up and going, "Why is there a line of men shouting into my ass?"
With
The
Derek,
big horn is silly.
with my shirt draped over you.
Is this an old woman's couch? And let's say good night.
Good night.
Stay forward to
See you
the
next
secret
Tuesday.
Pretty cool. Nah.
God, I wish I had $1 million and get out of this stupid gig.
Hey, you want $1 million? You want to make a deal?
No, I'm good.
It's just it's just for I'm a soul sucker.
Please stop.
$2 million?
God,
I want to do stuff with you.
I gotta get back on LinkedIn.
I'll give you all the money in the world. Can I just smell your chair? I'll smell your chair.
Please go away.
You're like the 8th guy today that stirred me down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go eat my feelings.
You should.
Seriously, fuck you. Fucking dick.